All right, speaking of natural, right?
Yeah.
What does it really mean? Because we hear that word natural, it's organic. That's why it's a little bit more expensive and things like that. But what does that term mean exactly?
Yeah, okay, so I use that word a lot too. But legally, with the word natural, there's no binding term. So I know a lot of people use it because they think it's related to nature or using a product related to nature. But a lot of these products do. So what I meant when I said natural is that it's made from an organic like an edible product, like a natural product like coconut. Yeah. So our sheet masks, for example, are made of coconut water turned into jelly.
Yeah.
And so it's actually made from like something from the bio world, right? So that's why it's called biocellulose.
Right.
But so when I use the word natural, it means like it's derived from a plant or a fruit, something alive, right? So that's what I meant by natural. But technically and legally, there's no binding definition, and so a lot of these products are using the word natural as a marketing term.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, because it's from a natural ingredient, I guess, or because it's organic, that's why it's more expensive, and that's why I tried to understand that part.
Yeah.
But we're saying that it's just kind of like a marketing term.
Yeah. So because there's no legal like binding definition to the word natural, a lot of the brands will use the word natural on their products and they can get away with it. But what we want to know as consumers, is we want to think of natural. When we hear natural, we want to think that it's from a plant or a fruit, something that's been something alive, right? Something alive. But the word organic is a little bit different. So the organic, because people use it a lot on foods, there's like an organic mark. It is actually like they're, at least in the US, they're very strict about what can have organic as a label or not.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank God.
But it's not always like stamped. There's like a mark that you can look for that they have it. But in beauty products, it's really hard to actually use because only certain ingredients, for example, let's say there's like a fruit or a plant, is probably organic. The whole thing cannot be really organic. It's really hard.
Because there needs to be preservatives.
There's chemicals and preservatives. There's other, and not bad preservatives, but there are other ingredients in the beauty products. So to label it organic is kind of difficult. So when they say organic, they probably mean that there's an ingredient or two or several ingredients that are taken from an organic farm. And so when you hear the word organic, what you want to understand is it comes from a farm where they didn't use like certain herbicides and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what organic means. So organic is a little bit more binding than natural. So natural is more of a marketing term.
More common, and by law, anybody can use it, kind of.
Exactly. So people use, as long as they're using some sort of ingredient from nature. Yeah, so that's what natural really means. And same thing with like hypo-allergenic. It's also like another marketing term, unfortunately. So don't be tricked by that.
Yeah, I saw that at the book in Paula's Choice. I love her book, but she was saying that it's just the marketing term. If we hear that, we might think, oh my gosh, it's gentle, or it's proven to be gentle. But at the end, it's just the marketing term that
it's not going to invoke like a huge reaction from you, just like sensitive skin. So it's hypo-allergenic, like natural. Those are different words. Organic, like I said, it's supposed to mean that there's an ingredient or something from farm that where they don't use like herbicides and stuff, or like bad chemicals. Same thing with the word like non-toxic. It's another legally non-binding word. It's like a more of a marketing word too. But people like to hear that. But honestly, nothing should be toxic. No beauty product should be toxic. And so it's unnecessary.
That's so true.
Yeah, so it's unnecessary.
It's just a thing. It's a way to kind of...
And same thing with sensitive skin or like, or hypoallergenic. Like it shouldn't be causing
right.
reactions. And if it is, you shouldn't be using it. It's not right for you.
Right.
And so those words are kind of, you know, a lot of times used for marketing.
Exactly. And I mean, speaking of chemical, I mean, we were talking about this, but when we hear something it's natural, we automatically think, oh, okay, it must be good for our skin.
And no chemicals in it.
Yeah. And we think, okay, if it's chemical, you're like kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
But that's not the case, right?
Because when we say chemical, actually, like, everything is chemical.
I'm chemical.
Yes.
You're chemical.
Yes. Chemical. Everything is chemical, and so chemical is not a bad word.
Right.
And when we hear all natural, we think that, you know, I've heard this before, like some YouTubers say, oh, if there's an ingredient and I don't understand what it means, I don't use it. But what it is you do need certain chemicals that are binding or that help like certain ingredients absorb.
Right.
And so you shouldn't be afraid of the word chemical. Even natural ingredients are chemical.
Right.
And just because, let's say, we're using kale, it doesn't mean you're taking like, you know, a
Literally
kale and like, you know,
grinding it.
No, you're taking like, you know, certain molecules, you're taking certain ingredients or certain factors from the kale ingredient that's good for skin and putting it into skincare. And so unless you're making like, you know, a homemade mask, which if you are, you need to be using it in like the next 5 minutes.
Like ASAP.
Yeah, or it's gonna go bad, so it's bad for your skin. All natural or, you know, or no chemicals is not actually a good thing.
Right.
You know, everything is chemicals. And so don't be afraid of those words.
Can I just say I love you? I'm getting so happy again. Like,
I'm so embarrassed.
I get energized when I talk about skincare. I was kind of depressed or like kind of down the couple past days because I pulled my back. But now I'm like, I love you. Let's pick on our brain more and more. I love it.